صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم 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 صل على محمد وآل.
The world has witnessed the establishment and demise of many great civilizations which claim the lives of millions or lead to the migration of its people to other parts of the world. In today's video, we look at the similar tale of Kumari Kandam, a lost continent. Truth behind the lost continent of Kumari Kandam. India is a country of many bizarre and incredible things. From one of the oldest civilizations in the world to the most powerful kingdoms, its history is brimmed with rich culture and scientific inventions which have shaped the world as we know it. However, there are still some mysteries revolving around our country which we are digging answers for even in the modern times. India, as we see it today, was not always like this. A billion years ago, its surface looked quite different, and not just India, but the whole world looked different. Most of the countries we know today did not even exist. Instead, they were all combined in a landmass called Pangaea. Around 200 million years ago, there was a moment in the tectonic plates which created continental drifts and broke the Pangaea into two new continents, Laurasia and Gondwana land. This in result led to the formation of mountains, submerged lands, and caused catastrophes such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunamis. And with this, many life forms and land masses came into existence and vanished over a period of time. Today we will talk about one such landmass which lost its presence in the Indian Ocean. In ancient times, since Plato gave the theory of lost city of Atlantis, scholars from different countries started to believe that there are still some undiscovered cities similar to Atlantis. As a result, several theories and discoveries took place to claim the lost cities and nations. In the 15th century, some Tamil scholars revealed that the whole continent known as Kumari Kandam, or Lemuria, was submerged in the Indian Ocean due to the rising sea levels after the last ice age ended. The mythical continent is said to have existed in the south of modern-day India and is located below the Indian Ocean. Tamil people considered Kumari Kandam as their lost home continent. According to them, the now drowned Kumari Kandam was ruled by Pandyan kings for over 10,000 years, making it the oldest civilization on the planet. At that time, the land was divided into 49 Nadu or territories. These are 7 coconut territories, 7 Madurai territories, 7 old sandy territories, 7 new sandy territories, 7 mountain territories, 7 eastern coastal territories, and 7 dwarf palm territories. But when the continent started drowning due to rise in sea level, the Tamil of this continent migrated to other parts of Africa, India, and Sri Lanka and mixed with other groups, leading to the formation of new races, languages, and civilization. This is how the Tamilians claimed entire humanity is descended from the inhabitants of Kumari Kandam. According to their belief, it is the cradle of civilization, the place where everything started. However, the word Kumari Kandam was first mentioned in a 15th century version of the Skanda Purana, the largest Mahapurana, which was written by Kachiyappa Sivacharya. It is described as the kingdom of earth in the Andako Sappadalam section of Kanda Puranam. In 19th century, European geologist Philip Lutley Sclater came up with a new term for Kumari Kandam. He called it Lemuria as a way to explain the migration of Madagascar lemurs to India. In his theory of a landmass, he said the continent was extended from Africa to Asia, agreeing to the Tamil nationalist belief. But all these theories and research, do they really have any truth in them, or they are just a myth? According to researchers at India's National Institute of Oceanography, about 14,500 years ago, the sea level was lower by 100 meters, and about 10,000 years ago, it was 60 meters low. This study strongly suggests that there was once a land bridge connecting the island of Sri Lanka to mainland India. One piece of evidence can be found in the contemporary times which support the existence of Kumari Kandam is 1.7 million years old artificial Adams Bridge in the Park Strait in the Indian Ocean, also known as Rama's Bridge. But this lone evidence is not enough to prove the existence of such a civilization. For years, many researchers and geologists have looked for answers and proof behind the lost continent. But apart from its mention in Hindu scriptures, no one could prove anything on a larger scale. However, in future, if anything related to this vast civilization is proven, it would mean that the treasure of our knowledge is deeply rooted in the depths of the sea, and there is so much we still don't know about our planet. So this was the mysterious tale of the great Kumari Kandam.
Wasn't any prophet sent to India? Sanatan Dharma or Hinduism is considered to be one of the oldest theistic religions in the world, originating from India. India's population forms quite a sizable part of the world at around 17%. We all know that Ishwar sent his guidance through prophets across different times, regions and languages. Quran proclaims that prophets were sent to every community or nation. This claim of Quran often makes one wonder, which prophet was sent to India? Holy Vedas are considered to be the first revealed words of God. The first recipient of Vedas should be the Ishdut or messenger of God, isn't it? But here is the surprise. Hindus do not believe in the concept of messengers or prophets. Did God discriminate India by not sending any prophet? Or have we lost the prophets of India in mythologies? Will we ever be able to find the answers to these riddles?
Have Hindus lost their prophet? All theist communities believe in a God and consequently in the prophet to whom the book or guidance was revealed. The earlier books could not be preserved in totality, unavailability of preserving mechanism being one of the critical reasons. Only the Quran has remained unchanged since its revelation 1400 years ago. Let us look at the communities that believe in God and their revealed books. Muslims believe Quran to be the God's word and Prophet Muhammed to be the messenger of God. Christians believe Bible to be God's word. They associate themselves with Prophet Jesus. Jews believe Old Testament of Bible to be God's word and they acknowledge Prophet Moses as their prophet. Hindu community is the only one that believes in a revealed book but not in a prophet. If Vedas are God's word, then there surely must have been a prophet or a messenger or Ishdut to whom it was revealed. Antim Granth, Quran, says that God sent messenger to every community. However, we see that our Hindu brothers don't identify themselves with any prophet. So, where is the missing link? According to a very interesting hadith, a community will not recognize its prophet on the day of resurrection, and that will be the community of Prophet Noah. Hadith says, Noah and his nation will come on the day of resurrection, and Allah will ask Noah, "Did you convey the message of God?" He will reply, "Yes, O my Lord." Then Allah will ask Noah's nation, "Did Noah convey my message to you?" They will reply, "No, no prophet came to us." Then Allah will ask Noah, "Who will stand as your witness?" He will reply, "Muhammad and his followers will stand witness for me." Some key points come across from this hadith specifically. When Allah will ask Prophet Noah whether he conveyed the message of Islam to his people or not, his response will be yes. When his community will be asked to affirm the same, it will clearly reject the idea of any prophet coming among them. It will be the people of Muhammad who will witness and confirm that Prophet Noah did come to his people and did deliver his message. So, can we say that Prophet Noah came to India and Indian community as a whole have forgotten him as its prophet?
India and the first lawgiver. Prophet Noah is considered as the first prophet to have received the complete laws of religion. If we analyze those ayat of Quran that talk about Prophet Noah and other prophets, then we observe a pattern. We find that Prophet Noah is always mentioned first while Prophet Muhammad is mentioned at the last. This fact is further confirmed in the Hadith. On the other hand, Indian traditions talk about Manu as the first lawgiver. So, are we talking about the same personality through different sources? Can we say that the first prophet with laws of Islam is the same as the first lawgiver of ancient India? Please note that Quran chapter 42 ayah 13 clearly says that all those prophets brought the same religion of God. A chronological table of the prophets who were given the revelations in the Quran. We see that every theist community is associated with their prophet, except Prophet Noah's community. As the Hindu community denies any prophet coming to them, it is the only theist community not covered in the above table. So, is it possible that earliest prophet, Prophet Noah, is the prophet of one of the oldest communities, that is the Hindus? Please ponder over the pattern. Noah, India, Hinduism. Hindus claim India to be the oldest civilization. Not only this, Holy Vedas, considered to be the revealed words of God, is addressed as Adi Granth, which means earliest revelation. Are we now in a position to connect the dots? Prophet Noah, Vedas, Hindus, India? Rewriting the table above while keeping this connection in view. Is it possible that Prophet Noah was the prophet sent to our Hindu community with divine revelation in the form of Vedas?
The connect between Ved and Quran. Did you know that the Holy Vedas are also called Adi Granth? In English, the same words can be interpreted as earliest revelations, whereas in Arabic it translates to Zubur al-Awwaleen. As a matter of fact, the term Zubur al-Awwaleen finds mention just as it is in Surah 26, Ayah 196 of the Holy Quran. Please note, the Hindus claim of possessing the earliest revealed holy books. They alone proclaim Vedas to be the Adi Granth. Can we then say that the quoted ayah indicates towards the teachings of the Quran being present in the Holy Vedas? The Holy Vedas contain many of the basic teachings of Deen, religion, dharm, such as Tawheed, prophethood, afterlife, etc. We can now draw the following inferences. A. The Hindus claim that they possess the earliest revelation, Zubur al-Awwaleen or Vedas. B. Prophet Noah is the prophet of the earliest civilization. C. The people of Prophet Noah will fail to recognize him as their prophet. D. Today, Hindus do not recognize their prophet even though they have the Vedas. We can see the previously mentioned connection between Prophet Noah, Vedas, Hindus, and India solidifying now.
Prophet Noah in Indian traditions. Prophet Noah is unanimously accepted in support of this event. Matsya Purana chapter 1 and 2 and Bhavishya Purana Pratisarg Parv chapters 4 to 7 speaks about the great flood of Noah. Excerpts from these Hindu scriptures tell how God ordered Noah, mentioned as Nu or Manu, to build a boat and put creatures into the boat, and how the subsequent great flood destroyed life in Bharatvarsh or India. Matsya Purana chapter 1 and 2. Notice that Vedas and Manu are referred together in reference of Matsya Purana. Bhavishya Purana Pratisarg Parv chapters 4 to 7. We observe the following facts. The Quran speaks about Prophet Noah and the great flood. The Bible speaks about Prophet Noah and the great flood. Hindu scriptures speak about Prophet Noah and the great flood. Words Nu and Manu are used. There is another surprise. The word Nu exists in Sanskrit dictionary, and do you know what it means? It means boat. Therefore, Prophet Noah is strongly associated with flood or boat. Noah is the prophet of ark or boat. All these different scriptures are talking about the one same event. Must be that same one God told about this important event to different people in different eras through different prophets. Let us look at this issue from a different perspective. French writer A.J.A. Du Bois studied Hindu religion and Indian civilization for 40 years and wrote an authoritative book, Hindu Manners, Customs and Ceremonies. Here are a few interesting observations from the book. Mahanuvu escaped the calamity of flood in an ark. Maha means great and Manu is undoubtedly the same as Noah. India was inhabited very soon after the great flood, or deluge, which made a desert of the whole world. The great personage or Manu who was saved along the 7 rishis or penitents was no other than the great Noah himself. Word Manu has been used for a number of Hindu religious personages, but the Manu who figures most in Puranas, the Vedas and the other Hindu scriptures is undoubtedly Prophet Noah himself. The Vedas mention Prophet Noah as Manu at 75 places. An English translator of the Vedas, Griffith, writes the explanation of the word Manu in one of the mantras as the man par excellence, or the representative man. and the father of human race, regarded as the first institutor of sacrifices and religious ceremonies. Can you see the strong relationship between Prophet Noah, India, and Hindu scriptures?
The caste system, people of Prophet Noah and India. We explained about Prophet Noah and his strong connection with India in previous videos. Some people accepted teachings of Prophet Noah while the majority rejected his teachings.
There were several sins prevalent among those who rejected Prophet Noah. The two major sins committed by people of Prophet Noah were 1. Shirk, which means associating partner with God. It included idol worship. 2. Jati Pratha, or the caste system.
Idol worship. Idol worship was prevalent among them to such an extent that Quran mentions names of their 5 idols. Ponder over Surah Nuh 71, Ayah 21 to 23. Surprisingly, we find similar names popular in Indian culture. Please note, it is the only other mention of idols in the Quran apart from the mention of idols popular in the people of Prophet Muhammad. In which community do you see idol worship rampant today? Caste system. Look at these ayah. Two words, Ardhaluna and Aradiluna, are used respectively. Both of them are derived from the same root word, Ra, Dal, Lam. Its meaning in Arabic is low, base, vile, or contemptible. In Hindi, it would mean Dalit. The Quran did not use this word for any other prophet's community. Therefore, Prophet Noah's community was one that tended to consider some people among themselves as lowest, meanest, Dalit, hinting to the foundations of the caste system which is deeply rooted in the Hindu community. An important point here. Manusmriti is a book of Hinduism which speaks volumes in favor of the caste system. Its author is supposed to be Manu, or the lawmaker, and is consequently hated much by Dalit brethren. But there is no evidence that supports this authorship. Neither Jalplawan Manu, that is Prophet Noah, nor Swayambhuva Manu, that is Prophet Adam, taught the caste system. As the two above ayats suggest, Prophet Noah in fact acted against the caste system. In fact, his followers included the lowest and the most downtrodden people of the society. Conclusion. Quran mentions that people of Prophet Noah were involved in idol worship and caste system. No saint or prophet of God could have taught the caste system. These all further solidify our proposed connection. Prophet Noah, Vedas, Hindus, India. Prophet Adam and Hindu traditions. We have heard the story of Adam and Eve through the Bible. We know that the Quran also narrates a similar account. But are we aware that the Hindu scriptures also make a significant mention of the first man and woman sent to earth? Let's take a closer look at the importance of Adam and Eve in Indian tradition.
When we dissect the word Adam, we find that it has Sanskrit origin and is surprisingly not an Arabic or a Hebrew word. Interestingly, in Sanskrit, Adam means beginning or first.
Adi, Adim, Adam, Admi, earliest, first man. Can it be then said that the word Adam refers to the first man? It is a well-known fact that humans are referred to as Admi in the Indian peninsula.
Adam is referred as Swambhuva Manu in Indian tradition. Matsya Purana describes in allegorical term that Brahma made two parts of his body and formed two persons. One part formed was male known as Swambhuva Manu and other part formed was female by the name Shatrupa.
Furthermore, Harivansh Purana uses the word Brahma for Adam. According to Rigved 1:45:1, all are progeny or children of Manu, that is Adam. Please note that Manu is the title given to 14 important religious personages in Indian tradition.
Bhavishya Purana tells us, in the eastern side of Pradhan city, city of reward that is paradise, where there is a big God-given forest which is 16 square yojanas in size, the man named Adama was staying there under a papariksha or a sinful tree and was eager to see his wife Havyavati, Eve or Hawa. The Kali Purusha, the Satan, quickly came there, assuming the form of a serpent. He cheated them and they disobeyed Lord Vishnu. The husband ate the forbidden fruit of the sinful tree. Same event is described in Quran, Surah Baqarah, Bible, Book of Genesis. Is this a coincidence again?
Logically, for these high degree of similarities to exist among three different cultures, there has to be a common source. Islamic traditions say that Prophet Adam was sent to the Holy Land of India.
Adam's Peak. There is a big footprint in Sri Lanka which is revered by people from different faiths.
Muslim researchers and scholars have time and again attested to the belief that Prophet Adam descended to India and lived here. Also called Adam's Peak, the mountain has the unique distinction of being sacred to the followers of four of the world's major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. Adam's Bridge. Wikipedia says Adam's Bridge, also known as Rama's Bridge or Ramasetu, is a chain of limestone shoals between Pamban Island, also known as Rameswaran Island, off the southeastern coast of Tamil Nadu, India, and Mannar Island, off the northwestern coast of Sri Lanka. Geological evidence suggests that this bridge is a former land connection between India and Sri Lanka. Geologists strongly believe that this path, Adam's Bridge, was formed naturally without any human intervention.
So, what we have seen till now is Prophet Adam described in Indian scriptures. Word Adam is of Sanskrit origin. Adam's Peak at Sri Lanka. Adam's Bridge. These all proofs strengthen Prophet Adam's strong association with Indian peninsula.
Did Noah flood start from India? We know from the Quran that after Noah's deluge, the Ark of Noah came to rest upon mountain Al-Judi. Where exactly is this Judi? There have been various claims in Turkey at Syria-Iraq border, Armenia, and Azerbaijan regarding the existence of Mount Judi, but none of these claims are solid enough. Most probably, the Judi in Iran seems to be the actual Judi. At 600 kilometers from this Judi, there is a city by name Nahbandan in Iran. Please note that Mahabharata also says that Noah's Ark rested on Nahbandan. Sanskrit word naubandhan means nav ko bandha, that is, to tie the boat. But commentators have still not been able to say in which part of the world Noah preached after the ark came to rest. It has also not been found where Noah was for 600 years prior to deluge. The Torah merely states that after the deluge, Noah and his companions assembled together in Babel. The Quran says that water started gushing forth from the tanur, and it was the beginning of the deluge. Thus it was until when our commandment came to pass, and the al-tanur gushed forth water. We said, load therein two of every kind a pair, the male and the female. Quran Surah Hud. Tanur is not an Arabic but a Persian word used in the sense of an oven in which bread is baked. Most of the commentators have used it in the same sense, and only a few have taken it to mean the surface of the earth, which means that water gushing forth from the surface of the earth. But in the Quran, al is used before the word tanur, which implies a particular tanur. Let us see explanations of the scholars in this regard. If it is said that the word tanur has a prefix al, used for the definite article in Arabic, then it is most probable that Noah already knew it. Hassan Basri reports that the tanur was made of stone and Eve used to bake bread in it. Then this tanur was possessed by Noah, and he had been told, once you see water gushing forth from the tanur, embark along with your companions in the ark. That this tanur was of Adam has also been stated by Muhammad Naeem Muradabadi in his commentary of the Quran. Earlier we have quoted the statement of Ibn Abbas from Tafsir Fathul Qadir that the tanur of Adam was in India. Let us look at it from a different perspective. While collecting together various facts about the word tanur, Shawkani has written, the eighth saying is that it is a place that exists in India. It won't be out of place to mention here that when I researched the word in Indian Railway timetable, I found that a place called Tanur is in Kerala, and when I attempted to locate it on the map, I found the place Tanur located at the seashore in the district Malappuram in Kerala. It is on the western shore of India, separated from Arabia by the Arabian Ocean. In light of the above discussed legends, can it be supposed that it is the same place where Noah's deluge started, as has been illustrated in the Quran? It correlates all other sayings about Tanur, concluding that the water had started gushing forth from the Tanur situated at the seashore, and the same is called the Tanur of Adam. Can we say that Tanur in India was the starting point of Noah's flood? Stay tuned for more on this subject.